ugly. Alright guys, I hope everybody's feeling good. I need to stop doing it like that. I really need to stop doing it like that. So, jeez. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's feeling nice. I hope you guys really, truly are. Your girl has been tired, but I'm still fighting. And I thought it'd be something kind of cool to do, which would be a mashup, a 2021 mashup of how this journey has been going for me. Oh boy, that was a lot of emotions in that laugh. It has been exciting. It has been sad. It has been eye-opening. It's really helped me grow, but it's also been a cute little keepsake that I'm always gonna keep in my heart. So let's go down memory lane of Raw Talk with MELO and just how it's been going. And I want to do this because I'm going to be switching up a little bit for December, as I told you guys in a previous announcement. So I think this is the best way. Recap, try something new, and start off the new year. I will be taking a break though. Okay guys, I will be taking a break, especially around Christmas time, just to be with my family. They haven't been getting a lot of attention from me. You guys have, so to work on it. Anyway, let's go down the line of 2021 mashup. All right, so episode 00, which was the tester episode, which was the very first time I ever went visual. Let's just be honest, guys. I like to keep it raw. Audio was trash, lighting was trash, visuals were trash. It is what it is. I like to own stuff, right? It was definitely a growing pain video. But aside from all that, the reason why it stood out to me was when I look at like the episodes now and the episode then, I'm like, damn, woo, wow, y'all really bared with me. Like, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Raw fam. But what stood out to me was what Rachel said. And that was, someone can try to ruin your day, but I'm still going to give you the best. I loved that. We barely ever think that way. It's like, oh, you did me dirty, I'm going to do you dirty too. How about I show you some love instead, and then make you think you're an ass because you realize, why did I act that way instead? And we both just have a good day afterward, if you can get over it. But no, that's not really how she was talking about it. She's talking about food, and she was just saying she's still gonna give them the best product. And I liked it. I loved it. It stood out to me. All right.
It's not even funny though, but like think about yourself personally. If you're walking into a restaurant, right, you're trying to get food, is there something on a menu that you're going to be picky about? Probably. There's probably one thing. So that's all I need to say. There is somebody who's testing me no matter what. Like, and the thing is, though, I find the like, kernels of joy in it. So I'm like, okay, you really want to come here and say, I want substitutions on every element of this dish, so now it's something else. But I'm going to make it great. Right? I'm going to make it great because you're trying to test my abilities, right? So I will make sure that you will have nothing bad to say because you came in trying to ruin my day, and I'm going to give you the best day. That's it. Because
really quick, disclaimer. Did I mention this was my first time trying to do, what's it called? Recording my screen? I sound like such a dinosaur. Screen recording. Okay. So for the record, disclaimer, this is my first time ever doing a screen recording. And as you can see, the audio is a little... Just bear with me. You can go look up the episode if you need to see the part that I'm doing. But in episode 2, the part that I will never forget is when I embarrassed the hell out of myself with my sound effects. I love sound effects. I make sound effects all the time. Like in just regular conversation, phone calls. Like I'm always doing sound effects, right? It amps it up. Anyway, this episode, gosh, I'm stuttering just thinking about it. I did a little slurp sound that could have been taken inappropriately, I realized, by their reaction, but I was really just trying to say I was putting on the cream of the polysporin. Okay, y'all? Damn it. Roll clip.
I like sound effects.
episode 3. Such a sweetheart, Sarah Jade. Her voice is amazing. Amazing, as you guys could just hear. I hope. These damn screen recordings. Anyway, she has such a sweet, soft, soothing voice, and her words are really hitting me, and it was just beautiful, and I loved it. I enjoyed it, and she sang on the spot. Like, that was boss. I loved it so much. So yeah, shout out to you, Sarah. Again, like I said before, y'all better not play with her. But yes, let's do clip number 2. Well, 3, but it's episode 2. Damn, y'all know what I mean.
It's crazy.
Alright, so some of your girls started to become a little more confident in herself, a little bit more confident in what she was doing, what she was trying to do at least. So in episode 3, I kind of got put on the spot and I had to kind of say why people should watch Raw Talk with MELO, and I was not prepared. Raw moment, raw, honest confession. I was not prepared. The answer was just on the spot. But I was proud of it because when I looked back and I watched the episode, I was like, good for you, Mel. That's right. Just boom. That part was really bad. I feel like everything else was good up until that part. Yeah, but you know, it's all good. Brooklyn.
I think people should watch Raw Talk with MELO because the show is sick. I'm sorry if I said that with a little bit too much confidence, but it is literally raw and real. It is a show giving people a voice. It is a show that's allowing people to elevate themselves. It's a show that is showing people love, which I don't think really happens that often anymore. It's a show where your host isn't afraid to be human with you. I'm not afraid to be corrected. I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not afraid to speak and say things out loud. People might be like, why would you have ever said that? Like, I'm not afraid of that stuff. I guess I'm ballsy that way. But I also understand what respect is and balance. And I feel like I create an environment for the guests to just be comfortable, be themselves, but make sure you still feel respected. And have fun. You know what? Damn it. You should watch Raw Talk with MELO because we have fun. Okay? It's not so rigid and raw, but it can be. Sometimes we are going to cry together. Sometimes we are going to laugh. I like to laugh a lot. Sometimes we are going to just have, like I said, a raw conversation that's really uncomfortable for everybody, but we're just trying to push through, which is as much respect as possible. And I think there's not a lot of shows that are out there that like that. There are some that are similar, but they don't have MELO as the host, you know? Like, oh man, that sounded so cocky. Oh, I also hate feeling cocky. I like to just be a humble person all the time as best as I can. Yeah. So there you go, another thing. I am genuinely just me, and I like my guests to come on here and genuinely just be them. So that is why you should watch Raw Talk with MELO. Yeah. I don't have anything else. Just boom, blinks. Watch the show.
Episode 4. Yet another embarrassing moment. It wasn't as embarrassing as the one I had in episode 1, but so basically I was talking to Drew about just like, I had her come back and talk about clothing and her brand and sewing, and I brought up the fact of a question of like fabrics and certain materials, which you guys are going to see in the clip. But anyway, the embarrassing part about it that also stood out to me was when we started to discuss laundry. And I probably sound like a whole damn fool talking about, oh wait, clothes get messed up in the washer. Now let me just explain myself. I know how to do laundry, and yes, I know that clothes get messed up in the washer. Because even after the episode, they were like, damn, you really did it. She was like, you didn't know? You really didn't know about that? And I was like, no, like, I know that. I just meant, I didn't know, like, in the commercials, in the actual, like, commercial, when they show it, like, ripping apart and getting loose, I thought that was just dramatics. I thought it was just, like, a advertisement move. And it had to be explained to me, like, no, that's what really happens. And I was like, oh.
Wash those in other ways that this can happen. You gotta wash it, but it's still it's going to job. Every time you wash something, you're breaking down the fabric. I mean, I watched my bags turn gray, but I didn't know it actually pulls up. I mean, that's common sense somehow. Because it's getting thrown around in the washer and then anyway, that's why I check fabrics that are more delicate. And wash them.
All right, now episode 5. I had Resource on there. His name is Mark, but I had Resource on there, and we were talking about his business where he makes custom bracelets, and I was kind of like hinting, like, that's my cough, sorry. That I was like, you know, I would like one of my own. Of course, I would purchase it, but I want one of my own, like a custom for like my birthday. Put things out there, y'all, because your girl got it. He actually made it early. I was not expecting it. I just thought that we were joking, but he did. And it's really sweet. It has my initials on it, my favorite flower, which is the plumeria, the sun, because you guys know, I everybody's light shine. And it's a sick little, it's dope. I liked it. Thank you. That was really sweet. It was like our early birthday gift. But yes, roll clip. Now, and I hope you guys are really bearing me with these screen recordings. They're so trash. Anyway, episode 6, okay? I hate them so much. Okay, episode 6, we're gonna be positive. We're gonna be positive. Episode 6 is when I brought on DJ Cashmere. We actually went to uni together, and pretty good guy, right? Head on his shoulders, driven. Anyway, he makes a lot of Afrobeat mixes and just kind of has fun with the DJing. And he taught me a new term, which was a bedroom DJ. Roll clip.
It's like, yeah, I was trying to put it up there. That's a very good point of that.
now episode 7. Cash and I are still there dressed in the same clothing. Why? We didn't even leave set. We did 2 back-to-backs, which shouldn't be hard to tell, but I guess not everybody knew. Anyways, he stayed back with me like a champ, and we did a whole second recording, and I believe we were talking about friendships and friendship breakups and stuff like that. Anyway, ooh, I'm thinking about, I don't know if that's right. Hit the episode if you double check. Anyway, I was just asking him, like, how do you allow somebody to transition from just being an acquaintance, which I have a lot of, and move them into a friendship level where you think you can actually trust them with a friendship? Because I suck at that. Anyway, roll clip.
But what do you do when an acquaintance is starting to transfer over to being a girlfriend? Do you now have to, like, mentally make the choice that, okay, I'm going to start to put my emotions and feelings into you? Or you're like, oh, I'm going to see. Wait. That's an interesting question. Oh, right?
Well, for me personally, I'm trying to put a lot of emotions to things. Because it's arguments. Like running against each other like that.
True.
Not saying, not to be emotional about it, but just understand. You have to first understand that humans are humans.
Yeah.
And humans, whatever you think you are, humans are being complicated. So before you start getting emotionally involved in anything, you just know that you have. There's a possibility that you want to be.
You are going to be possibly let down or upset.
Nobody's perfect.
Right, yeah.
So that's why I don't personally feel like emotions. So when if anything happens,
Right.
I'm gonna like it should be right.
All right, episode 8. So this was a big, huge milestone for me. This is when I was officially just doing, like, working on my own. Everything on my own. It was terrifying, but I loved it at the same time. It was so uplifting. Anyway, I brought on Shantae because she was raw, she was real, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Being around her is definitely a vibe, and she's not afraid to say things, kind of like me. And she has a way of getting me to open up that I wouldn't with everyone. Like, I'm open, but like her and I, like, she gets me open. Things I'm like, I shouldn't have said that to you. But anyway, in this episode, we got a little, ooh, excuse me, little burp. We got a little carried away, but we had some fun, and it was honest about just certain experiences and things that we've seen in terms of personal hygiene. I'm pretty sure we hurt some feelings, and I'm sorry if we did, but I'm also not, which I stated in the episode, because you guys should be doing better. Roll clip. All right, episode 9 was a very special episode for me. I had Shen, aka Shanika, aka Jamaican Raven, I have to say all 3, on this episode, and she's very spiritual. And this was kind of a turning point for me in Raw Talk, where I was finally going to be honest about some of the things that I was able to do spiritually and like my spiritual background. I trusted her enough to ask her this question because I knew she will handle it well. And it kind of opened the door for me in a way. So thank you, Shen, to start to show the things that I was able to do without fear or judgment or people being like, she's weird or she's a liar or this is fake, you know? When you have abilities, you're able to do things, people get weirded out. So thank you, Shen. This was a very special episode for me. Roll clip. Okay, so your girl gets bored, and I love the kids. I love the kitties. I don't have any of my own, and I just love the kitties. I do. Spend time with them. So in this episode, I switched over and started to do a raw talk with MELO mini edition for little ones, little babies, the cute cheeks and everything. Anyway, I brought my 2 babies. They're not my babies. I just treat them like my babies because I love them so much. I'm very protective over them. But it's my 2 little cousins, Ebony and Inaya, aka Nai and Lexi. And they actually held it down. They did pretty good. They were quite natural at it, and I was very proud of them. And I can't wait to do some more with other little ones. Roll clip. Okay, so this is now when I got extremely vulnerable with the Raw family and brave, I'll say that, my damn self. And I started doing couch confessions. This was episode 1. I talked about a lot of deep things that I usually keep inside. A lot in this first episode. And the reasons behind couch confessions is to just share my stories and share things that I feel or that I'm told is going to be helpful to somebody out there, or a Raw family member that watches or something like that, you know? And that it was okay for me to be vulnerable, and it kind of empowered me because certain parts of yourself that are hurtful you hide out of fear of judgment or people being able to talk smack about it. But when you put it on a public platform, it's exactly what you open yourself up to. I decided to do it without fear. Call me crazy. I'd rather help people, and I'd rather release myself. So couch confessions it was. Roll clip.
A lot of people wonder, like, why do you not date right now? I dated somebody for 6 years that I knew was no good for me. Because I was running from something that I thought was going to be good for me, but the actions didn't add up. And I wasn't going to be that same girl. Just because someone told me they loved me, if it didn't add up with actions, I was going to go for that individual. Get out. Make it make sense. And it wasn't any better that I decided to date someone that I knew wasn't good for me. Just because actions were a little better. We don't need little better actions. We need actions. You understand what I'm saying, ladies?
I'm already laughing before this clip comes. Okay, so episode 10. And I brought on my girl Mimi. Mimi is my best friend, okay? She reps for the crazy, raw, will not hold back fighter side of me. She is she is like my she is a person that's inside of me. She's just living beside me. That's the best way I can explain it without sounding creepy, right? I tend to keep her under wraps because I feel like I'm keeping myself under wraps as best as I can. And she's like my ratchet side, but she's not ratchet. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I think this is a clip where she also admits to smashing a guy's window, a car window. Yeah, that sounds like Mimi. Yeah. I never really tell her the bad things that are done to me by guys because I know that she'd get in trouble. Anyway, this clip was funny to me because we wanted to do naturals, okay? Now I'm gonna just keep it raw with you guys. Mom and Dad, I am sorry. I am sorry, I know, okay? But natural just means we are holding on meds. If you know what that means, you know what that means. I'm not gonna say it any other way, okay? And I like to be in nature. So we went out, held the meds, we were in nature, and we just kind of have fun. We were just going back and forth, you know, just not taking it too serious. I needed a break in life a little bit, and she helped me out with that. But it was funny to see us both like kicking and laughing about the same thing, because sometimes when I have people that I know personally on the show, I forget. I try to be neutral. and not expose too much stuff of their business. So the question that I asked, it's like I didn't realize, like, duh, Mel, I've already done that. You even done that. We both dated men that didn't work jobs. And it was like, oh yeah, my bad. And we kind of just laughed at ourselves. So anyway, roll clip. Alright, episode, I say alright a lot. Sorry, I just realized, but alright. Episode 11, Raw Talk with Melo, episode 11. I brought back Shantae, okay? I have to. I really love her company. I love it. Anyway, we did this episode on simpmanship, which I learned after putting up some clips could be triggering for some men to be called a simp. But I don't think you guys were realizing that we were calling ourselves simps as well as women, and that we didn't think it was a bad thing. It was just make sure you're being a simp for someone that it's like, that's deserving of it. That it's worth it to put yourself out there like that and be a simp, right? But there's nothing wrong with being a simp, ladies or gentlemen. Be a simp for someone that you love. If they support you, they're there for you, everything's solid, who cares? Now there's a part in this that I do have to touch on. And it was the fact of giving your spouse space and trusting them. I've had experiences where I wasn't trusted for nothing. And I've also had experiences where I was trusted, but there was no damn space. I need space. Like, I want to kick it with you with someone, I need space, right? But Shantae made a good point, and that's why I wanted to insert this clip, which was, yeah, Mel, you're right about that, but also I just want to make the point of sometimes you do miss somebody and want their time, and it's okay to just admit that to them or communicate that to them. And I was like, whoa, like it hit me, because in relationships, I was always too scared. Like, I would take the bare minimum. I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to tell you that I miss you and I want to see you again. Or I'm not going to tell you that I don't want to leave. Like, I'll just cut and pretend like I don't want to be here. Like, it was bad. So it hit home for me. Think about it. Have you done it? I know I'm doing all that. Okay, roll clip. Alright, so episode 12, I got real. Alright, I realized the community and just how everybody was moving with their sexuality, and there's nothing wrong with expressing your wow. There's nothing wrong with expressing your sexuality and, you know, having a good time. But I just wanted people to think about the people that they were choosing to sleep with and the kind of events that they were choosing to be a part of. Because you need to know who you're allowing into yourself and into your spirit. Soul ties are serious. It is very real and it's serious, okay? I've lived it. So, roll clip.
Just be aware of these things, guys. Research them. Don't just let anybody leave your bed. And that goes for anybody. Anybody. Don't just let anybody in your bed. Like, genuinely think about it. You guys have souls, you have a spirit. It's for you to protect that spirit. You are opening yourself up to whatever that individual has going on every time you spread your wings. For like, then you are not exempt to it being like, alright, well, I don't have to do it, or like, whatever. Even if she's not around you, with the ties that she has now into your life, it's crazy.
Alright, so this is when we hop back into another couch confession. And I, not proudly, admit the time that I found out that I was a side chick, and then also the time where I found out about a side chick while I was in a relationship. But forget all that, because I hate it. I hate it so much. The reason why this episode was so important to me is because I actually had a woman moment, I guess I would call it, or a grown-up moment, and I addressed this girl, even though it was years ago. So I never actually apologized to her. I just left her own girl on red, right? So I actually officially apologized to this girl to be like, hey, I didn't know, right, that I was a side, but I apologize if I did interfere in your relationship. Because I don't like this home wrecking business. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's nice to be a side chick. I think it's embarrassing and it's dut. Okay? I'm sorry. I just do. I just do. Especially those that have the intentions of breaking up a relationship. Get it together. Okay? I've had very close situations to being like a super side chick. I've had situations where I've known people in relationships, but I knew not to cross a line because I gotta be respectful. There's just, you need to know these things, y'all. Please don't ever be a side dude or a side chick. It's not cute. Roll clip.
Hopefully you ain't judging your girl for the time I didn't know I was a side. And shout outs to you if you are watching this. That's so awkward. But if you do happen to be watching this and you can tell that this is the story of when you tried to hit me, I genuinely apologize if you guys truly were together. Like, because I can feel that you had something going on, and I really apologize. Like, woman to woman, that was mad disrespectful and disgusting on my end. But I just want you to know, I didn't know. Alright? So, guys.
Whoa. Okay. Episode 13. This is when we talked about something that's very near and dear to my heart, but can also be very dangerous, and that is music. Shantae is back. Again, I'll bring her back as much as I want. You hush hush. Anyway, we really got down to it. Music and its power, ways that have been taken over by a certain artist. Watch the episode if you haven't. But I think in this moment is when we were highlighting the fact of we're both believers of God, and we were just saying, like, we've always been taught in a certain way that you can't listen to certain music and this and that. But I, as an adult, made the decision that I was going to listen to secular and non-secular, because I got messages from both. And that it changes over time. As you grow spiritually, your like music taste changes. And it's true. So, roll clip.
Fortunate situation. That's all I'll say. And I'm gonna go look at this song. For me to now cut myself off from tracks like that, it's a dead thing. Maybe I'll grow. Maybe I'll grow spiritually and it will no longer satisfy my soul the way that it does. But until then, I won't say that it's wrong. It does change. So I'm sorry, we should touch on that. Your musical appetite, we like to call it, it does change. Oh, for sure. So I'm kind of extra. I like to call songs that like touch me my flowers. I call them my flowers, and all together they make a bouquet. Yes.
Episode 14. So this is when I came up with the idea of the Raw Talk Challenge, which is essentially, if you're brave enough, how many of you actually attempted this challenge, or were you just fearful to hear the truth from your loved ones? I'm really curious, because it is hard to do. Take it from your damn host. It is hard to do. I use the word damn a lot. Anyway, it is hard to do, but you learn a lot. Now, mind you, guys, if you're going to do this challenge, don't go asking people who don't have your best interest at heart, or those friends who are always making fun of you or talking crap about you, or the person that you're just sleeping with, but they're not committed or they want to be committed. They will tell you foolishness. Come on. People that you could trust, even if it's one individual, do the Raw Talk Challenge with them. You know, what is it that I need to work on? What do you see out loud to happen to me? How can I be better with this? That's for you to answer. But do the work. In this episode, this clip I should say, I highlighted the fact that I have a negative relationship with money. I admitted it. They called it out. I admitted it. And it is true. I do. I hide it in the way that I like to dress simple. I hide it in minimal, like, costume jewelry instead of wearing real stuff. I hide it in the car. I hide it in everything because I really, really hate money. But it's something I need to work on. And I have. I'm actually learning to shop for myself now. A little bit. And I'm also learning to have fun with my money instead of just pay bills and stay home. Roll clip.
I do. I have a very negative relationship with money. Wow. I don't even know where to start. I don't like what money can turn people into. That your own family will steal from you. Your own lovers will steal from you. Money is truly the root of all evil. I've seen it. I've experienced it. People will do some sick things for money. There's people that praise money. They live, eat, sleep, and dream money. There are those who don't feel fulfilled in life unless they have money, only to get it and realize now what? You know, like, I see what people who don't have money will do just to survive. But I just have faith. You know?
Episode 15. Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about it. Episode 15, I had Shan, aka Quayle Crown, on the show, and such a sweetheart, genuine soul, and she's kind of like me with feelings, so it was cool. Anyway, in this clip, she's talking about how she's wearing a U part. She's open with it. She's raw. I liked it. It looked good on her. Shoot. She was rocking it. And she mentioned how her husband came home the other day and it was just hanging. Just chilling there. I was like, you're a real one for that. He's still loving on her. He's like, hey, baby, I see your hair's hanging over there, but I know you. It's all good. Come. Mwah. I loved it. Roll clip. Okay, so episode 16. So I'm very proud of the relationship that me and my mom have established. It's been tough growing up and just through my adult years. That's as far and as deep as I will go with that. But in this episode, I decided to have my mom on finally and be open with her and ask her things I'd never asked her before, because my mom is emotionally she's closed off and she's tough. I'll just, you know. And I never really got to ask her how she felt about the time I had my encounter with God, or my first spiritual experience. I was 5 years old. I also asked her for two things. One, because I never knew how she felt. I remember her just being really freaked out by me, and it kind of threw me off because I was her kid and I was kind of hurt that I freaked her out. And then the second reason was it was kind of a gateway for me to finally tell you, the Raw family, something that I hide, that I usually don't tell anybody because I'm a weirdo. Yeah. It was definitely a monumental moment for me. It's something that I'll never forget. And I'm just happy that these moments are on YouTube because I always get to look back at them. So judge me or not judge me, I'm happy I did it. Roll clip.
I remember being a little freaked out because I could tell people were freaking out at first.
Then there was the very vulnerable, gosh, I'm already stuttering. The very vulnerable raw talk couch confessions episode 3 that I had is a secret that I kept for a lot of years. So some of the stuff that you don't know, raw family, is I'm very raw with these episodes, and half the time my own parents and my family don't even know what's about to go up. I usually discuss it with them after. It's been a great conversation piece for us, a great healing tool for us, and just ways to address things that I never said. And the only thing I really mention is my dad's someone I was so close with. It made me realize, like, those closest to me don't really know me because I keep a lot in. But even my dad saying to me, like, you know, I realized even though how close we were, I thought you told me everything, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't know. And it's like, yeah, I keep a lot inside. Yeah, it wasn't my proudest episode, but I was told that it was gonna help someone, and I don't know if you guys learned by now, but I don't mind being vulnerable or kind of putting my neck on the line for you guys, as long as, you know, like, I'll take the hits as long as it helps you. So I'm not gonna roll a clip because I don't think it's great, but I'll just show the click, and here we go. Anyways, yeah, so that episode, you can set it if you want to, if you need to. Trigger warning. Anyways, I am beyond happy of where I am now with Raw Talk with MELO, with Couch Confessions, with Raw Talk with MELO Minis, with Raw Talk with MELO Naturals. Dang, I really do get bored. Anyway, I'm very proud of this channel has become. A lot of people that I've had on the show that were nervous to do things, I try my best to speak life into them, and it's crazy because I'm seeing a lot of them doing what they said they wanted to do. And I just continue to speak life into all my Raw family and anybody that I have on as a guest, because we're surrounded by people speaking death into us all the time. All the time. I had that growing up in my home that made me fearful of trying things. I had that at jobs, made me fearful of trying things. I had that at school, made me fearful of trying things. I refuse to do that to other people. I'm going to speak life into all of you as much as I can. Am I human? Yes. Do I do bad things sometimes? Yes. Do I sound like a bitch? Yes, sometimes I do. I do. I can admit that. But my only goal overall is to create this raw family community. Let everybody know they can be whatever they want to be and be great at it. Go back to your childlike brain. Stop staying in this adult thing where we can't do this and we can't do that and we have bills now and we don't have dreams. Are you dead? No. So follow your dreams. And people are always gonna chat. They talk about you when you're doing good. They talk about you when you're doing bad. Do what you feel to do in your heart. Let your light shine. Everybody has something in them that's dying to come out. Let it out. Mine was Raw Talk with MELO. I am proud of myself. I am proud of you guys. Shout out to Voice Shirts. Your episode's coming. But he's the one who finally put like my logo on a shirt and made it more real for me, you know? So thank you so much for that, Mr. Swaby. I appreciate it. And I'm excited. I am excited to have fun with these videos in December that you guys are gonna see, and I'm excited to embark on 2022. Your girl's gonna get free and have fun, and like I get to like date, and I'm just excited. But I'm proud of myself again. I'm proud of y'all. And this was a little journey. So that's the end of the recap. Your girl's arm is tired. I left my stand. I don't know if you guys have been noticing it. I've been holding this phone this whole entire time. It hurts. But I always tell you guys 2 things. That's spread love and always keep it raw. And thank you for rocking with me through the audio and even this audio from these screen recordings. You know I love y'all. Thank you. It's bad, but thank you. All right, guys. Bye.